Luis.
Como le habían puesto chaleco amarillo, no pasaba balones, no hay, no puede, y lugar
No, pero ahí va aquel a la par de la portería. Ese sería así.
Sí. Pero. Francisco Lopez.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Managua, Nicaragua, the capital of Nicaragua. James Poovey alongside my broadcast partner for this evening, Ian Sachs. Ian, how are you, sir?
James, so happy to be here. It's a Friday night and looking forward to some great action with Esteli. And we'll see if they can get back on the winning track here after dropping their last match. And, already the best team so far this season. But see how they respond now after a little adversity.
And right away, Esteli trying to get in the fray there quickly. Number 25 right in front of the goal. So glad you joined us here this evening on the Real Esteli YouTube channel. We're also available tonight on Sports Flick. Another look at that play here. A little grabbing of the jersey from behind there. Number 4 for Juventus Managua. That was Carlos Brenes. Excuse me, that looks like Moreno there in the number 4 jersey.
This is a golden opportunity for Esteli to net a goal right away, get on the scoreboard early, and play from in front.
Exactly right, Ian. Nothing better than that, especially in the game of soccer. You want to get up early and really try to put the pressure on the other team. So a golden chance here right now for Esteli. Shot on goal, turned away nicely there by the goaltender for Juventus Managua. What a great job there. Outstanding. Number 25 in goal tonight, Lopez, a native of Esteli, Nicaragua, 21 years old in goal. His first year with Juventus Managua. Another look at the save here, Ian.
He guessed it right. He guessed that it would be going to his right and low on the ground and perfectly played. And of course, he's going up against Primera, the leading goal scorer for Esteli. So important to turn him away early, but you know he's going to be striking back right again.
Yes, indeed. So now the goalkeeper looking to get it out for Juventus Managua after a magnificent save. COVID-19 putting fan restrictions in place. Obviously, we talked a little bit before the broadcast tonight, Ian. We do finally see some fans on the sides tonight there in Managua, so that's great to see. We can hear a little bit of that ambient sound in our broadcast tonight. So great to have that little bit of fan interaction with us here tonight, Ian.
And right behind the goals, that makes those free kicks and those penalty kicks so much harder that you have the fans right behind you. Of course, not a typical packed house as you might see prior to the pandemic, but still the elements of fans in there. We'll see how that plays with just a few dozen people behind the goalposts.
Yeah, quite a difference for sure. Estadio Olimpico, the site of tonight's game, usually holds about 9,000, Ian, if it's full capacity. So we probably have maybe, what would you say, 300-400 maybe to all total. I believe there's some bleachers on the other end as well. So now another chance upcoming here for Esteli.
First real set play for them on the offensive front.
Lopez ready in the goal.
See if he tries to go right to the goal or look for the pass.
Our official tonight getting everything lined up there. And now we are about ready to play. A short one turned away. Almost a chance on the rebound that time. Number 10 for Esteli. That's Harold Medina, the 18-year-old native of Nicaragua in his second year with Esteli.
Medina tried to send that one through traffic, hoping to find a little space through the defensive zone, but just turned away before it even got to the goalie.
Juventus Managua now forcing the issue, moving the ball up the pitch nicely. Rafael Vieira with it momentarily there for Juventus Managua. And Esteli, a great job on defense. Corralling it and turning it the other way.
And time of possession is going to be so important here. Esteli with a couple of offensive opportunities, but you saw their first defensive stand ended really quickly, and now they're looking on the attack.
Here we go. They try to settle it down in front of the net, and it's turned away once again. The attempt that time for Esteli, Juan Barrera, the leading goal scorer for the Train of the North. Another look at that one.
Yeah,
right in front.
Got it. He got the angle he was looking for, just not quite turned out far enough to smash Lopez.
And how about the job in goal that time for Lopez? Outstanding work once again, turning away the second, maybe the third attempt so far here early in the game for Esteli.
Moving up his line and easily turning it away.
That one headed near the goal, bounced over the top of the post. And so now Lopez will look to get it out to his teammates. So glad you joined us here tonight on the Esteli YouTube channel. We're also available tonight on Sports Flick down in the Southern Hemisphere, Ian, down there in New Zealand and Australia. So hope you guys are enjoying tonight's broadcast as well as you get a look at Ayer Lopez setting things up in the Juventus goal. Great work on the camera down there by the crew on the ground. Special thanks to them tonight, giving us the great pictures and video. Yon Mascara with it in the middle now for Esteli.
And Esteli turning away that goal kick. not allowing Juventus Managua to really get any offensive.
A shot on goal there, turned away off the top of the post. Rodrigo Romo in goal tonight for the Train of the North. And what a shot, far side there. And I believe that was number 23, if I'm not mistaken, Christopher Rodriguez, a native of Managua.
I believe you're right, and just as I was saying that Esteli did a good job of turning it away, as we take another look at it, beautiful shot, just a tad high, hitting off the crossbar. And just as I was saying that Esteli controlled that goal kick, you saw that Managua took it right back and had a golden opportunity. Really, probably the best look that they've had all game so far.
Indeed, Ian. Managua now trying to get something going offensively here.
For Managua, it's going to be so important to control the time of possession. Esteli, such a prolific offense with 24 goals so far this season, by far the most in the league.
As we get a good look at Josue Quijano for Esteli, as Rodrigo Romo gets it out of the box for the Train of the North. And normally we would have a little graphic up there, Ian, giving us the time elapsed so far along with the score, so hopefully we'll get that here shortly for you. As Juventus Managua now will send it back the other way off the foot of Alier Lopez. Good look there at Manuel Rosas. Rosas, the longest tenured player for Esteli in his 11th year. That's veteran status right there, Ian.
That's certainly a credit to him and a credit to the organization to keep him for so long, and he's such an important part of that championship breed that they have developed.
All they do is win. Head coach Hover Flores in his second year with the ball club. And all he's done is won the Clausura, and they are primed and ready here to compete for another crown in this Apertura season.
For sure. Already with 9 wins on the season. Just the 1 defeat so far.
Off the dome that time. A great defense there for Juventus Managua. Esteli trying to find a crease there as we get another look at it here. That one off the head of Harold Medina.
Sent right back, and he didn't expect it right away, right in the face, but Esteli will certainly take this free kick.
Yes, indeed, as it looks like it will be Manuel Rosas who gets it set up. Yon Mosquera down there as well, along with Luis Acuna. And maybe it'll be Acuna. Are we going to have a holder here, Ian? I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, I could see it being either one of Acuna or Rosas.
Maybe it's a little trickeration.
Now it looks like both of them are kind of trying to figure out what to do.
Interesting. And a wall set up very nicely there for Juventus Managua, and Rosas, or excuse me, that was number 12, Acuna, trying to bust through that wall. Ball trickles toward the goal, and Rodrigo Romo right there awaiting to turn it away. Trickles out of bounds.
One of his teammates sending it into him, thinking, you know what, before anyone maybe gets a trick shot here, send it back to the goalie and have him boot it away.
Always better to regather it, better safe than sorry on that for sure. Vieira now looks to get it in for Juventus.
Quijano with great defense there, trying to push back the potential little breakaway, and now they can settle in and create a nice defensive zone for Esteli.
Almost a good little chance on the other end there for number 19, Elmer Pastron, but he wasn't able to quite pull the trigger on that one.
And just like that, it looked like Juventus Managua was settling into an offensive set, and Esteli knocked it away, and now they have a corner kick of their own.
That's it. So setting up for it now, number 25 for Esteli. Yon Mosquera elevating into a host of Juventus defenders, coming up empty as Richard Rodriguez now pokes it back to Lopez, and Juventus will reset. Got to be about 8, maybe 10 minutes into the ball game now, Ian, would you say?
Yeah, still scoreless.
Good little pace.
Couple of good opportunities on both sides, but really the defenses on both clubs have held solid.
Yeah, both defenses doing a really good job. It seems like each time a club tries to mount something offensively, that defense on the other side right there to clamp it down in a hurry.
And limiting the opportunities to just one shot when the offenses do get that, not allowing 2, 3, 4 opportunities in a row, and sending the ball back and forth. So important to keep a good pace for this game.
Josue Quijano over to Richard Rodriguez, who sends it across. Trying to find Manuel Rosas on the far side. Esteli tried to hold it in, and now Juventus with control. Rodriguez collides momentarily there with Junior Arteaga.
Now we're seeing a little more action played right in the midfield. Not too much penetration in either offensive zone.
Esteli has numbers for a moment. Juventus flooding the box with defenders. A great job turning that one away, and Lopez right on top of it. So glad you joined us this evening on the Real Esteli YouTube channel. Make sure you get in the comments there. Let us know where you're watching from. Ian, we've seen people watching in Australia, Europe, Russia, Italy, all over the globe, my friend.
And what better way to spend a Friday evening than with some Nicaraguan Premier League?
Yes, indeed.
And in that league, you got Real Esteli, the top team here, looking to bounce back from their first loss of the season, in which they were held scoreless, shut out 1-0.
Yeah, unfortunately, they were unable to keep that perfect streak intact, and they fell on Sunday, October 18th for the first time here in the Apertura season. But this team knows how to bounce back. If one thing Hover Flores does well, he knows how to make the adjustments and get the team back on track.
And they had a golden opportunity in the first 2 minutes with a penalty kick, but the goalie Lopez guessing right on it and turning it away, and we're still scoreless here.
Josue Quijano leaving his feet that time. And the Juventus defense, we get another look at it right here. And he barely got tangled up with number 3 for Juventus, Rafael Vieira, and he is pleading his case right now to our officiating crew. What did you think on that one, Ian? It was kind of ticky-tack, maybe.
I think that was just a soccer play that no deliberate tripping there, kind of just both players going in opposite directions, and they met right in the middle. But yes, there was contact, so the refs had to call the foul there, but not something that I'm sure that Juventus Managua was really happy about.
Yeah. So now they set up a wall as number 7 gets ready to take a crack at it here for the train of the North, Manuel Rosas, the 36-year-old native of Guadalajara, Mexico. He fires a nice save there for Lopez. An opportunity for Medina, but he couldn't get his footing. Esteli somehow holds it in. They fire again towards the goal. That time it was Luis Acuna. And now we have a Juventus player on the pitch.
Another great save by Lopez. Rosas doing a great job getting it over the wall. But Rosas again, or rather Lopez doing a great job in goal. He's got a couple great saves in the early going here.
He really does. He's been all over that box tonight so far, Ian, for Juventus Managua. And you mentioned a couple good chances for Esteli. Even right out of the gate, they took it right up to the box. But Lopez, I tell you what, not having any of it so far here tonight.
And certainly Esteli controlling the number of opportunities so far. We've seen them get several great looks at the goal, just haven't been able to beat Lopez, whereas with Juventus Managua, really just one golden opportunity that hit off the crossbar.
Once again, they try to work it inside, but the defense tightening it right away for Juventus Managua. And this is shaping it to be maybe a 1-0 game, Ian, or something, or possibly even a draw at the end of this thing, because the defenses here tonight came to play.
For sure. We were just talking a minute ago about Lopez in goal, and then, as you were just saying, the Esteli defense not allowing Juventus Managua any opportunities to set up an offense or even get a fast break. They're all over anytime they try to turn the field.
So now here comes Los Pibes. Over the top of the crossbar, Rodrigo Romo made sure that one didn't get in the net.
That took guts to pull that from outside, but of course that's also a credit to the Esteli defense that he felt that he had to fire that one before the defense was able to set up.
Medina now with it, trailing him, and a tiny bit of jersey grabbing going down the field there as well from number 28 for Juventus Managua. An excellent hustle play right there from number 25 for Esteli. The train of the North. Home field Estadio Independencia holds 8,000. And I tell you what, Ian, we talked before tonight's broadcast about my history with the ball club, and I haven't been able to call a game yet for Esteli with a full house on hand. And so we've only had limited crowd, but even the limited crowd has a great time when they're out there cheering on their home Real Esteli Football Club, and it's so much fun, and I can't wait to see it when it's actually fully packed out. It's going to be amazing.
I could only imagine, given the success that the club has had, I'm sure that the support from the community and the fans at large have only replicated the success on the pitch for the club.
We're scoreless here in the first half from Estadio Olimpico in Managua, the capital of Nicaragua. James Poovey alongside my broadcast partner this evening, Ian Sachs. I'm in Phoenix, Arizona, and Ian is up in the northeastern part of the United States, up in New York City, or just outside of New York City, I should say.
That's right.
So the wonders of technology, my man. How about this?
Yeah, we have all different parts of the Americas covered. I'm in the Northeast United States. You're in the Southwest. We're calling a game in Nicaragua. So how great it is to be living in the technology age.
Yes, it is pretty cool, I have to admit. Hope you folks are enjoying the broadcast tonight. We're scoreless so far. A couple of chances for each team. Another chance right there for Esteli, but just unable to organize things in front of the net. Yon Mascara and Richard Rodriguez right there for the Train of the North.
As we take another look at it, first off, the initial header almost sent in, but great defense knocking it away before it even got to the goalie.
Fantastic job there for Juventus Managua. Carlos Brenes doing the defensive work there for Los Pibes.
And now we have a defender down who took that right off the head. It looks like it was number 3, Vieira.
Yeah, it looks like they might have even collided heads there a little bit, Ian.
Yeah, it looked like the two heads and the ball all coming together at
exactly.
once.
So I guess we'll know when we're at our 30-minute mark when we have our cooling break, our first cooling break of the match. Not a bad night outside in Managua tonight. 80 degrees, partly cloudy, 20% chance of rain through 9 o'clock. Overnight low tonight, 76 degrees. So a beautiful night out on the pitch. And a little bit of humidity, though, Ian, a little more than I would like, 88%. So it might feel a little bit sticky, even though it's only 80 degrees outside.
That's all right. I will certainly take the little extra humidity with that 80 degrees, but still a beautiful night. As up here in New York, we're struggling to hit 60 these days, so 80 degrees sounds pretty nice.
Man, I would take that. Let me tell you what, out here in Arizona, we have just finally stopped being over 100 every single day. We set the record this year for the number of days over 100 degrees in history.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow,
so
that is impressive.
Craziness. Scoreless here on the pitch in Estadio Olimpico, as now we have another Juventus Managua player down on the pitch. That looks to be number 12, if my eyes serve me correctly. Jaime Bolanos, a native of Masaya, Nicaragua. We'll double check that number, but it looks like it could be a little serious. Make that a correction. It looks like number 23 down there, Christopher Rodriguez. So they're bringing out the backboard now, Ian.
Not something that you want to see. I didn't even see the initial contact of what led him to become injured, but obviously serious enough to bring out the backboard and medical staff.
Quite quickly. Now, it looks like he's up under his own power. That's great to see, as we get a great look there at number 11 for the Train of the North, Juan Barrera, the leading goal scorer for the ball club. 31-year-old native of Ocotal, Nicaragua. And Barrera, let me tell you, he knows how to put it in the back of the net.
Yeah,
it's amazing some of these guys on this Esteli team, Ian, running around out there in their 30s, some of them in their mid-30s, running around out there with 19 and 20-year-olds and running past them.
Yeah, it's a credit to their conditioning that they're able to make it look easy hanging out with guys who are just about half their age.
Yeah. So Juventus now trying to get something going here. They move it around midfield. Harold Medina closing in there for Esteli. And now another Juventus player down on the pitch, grabbing his lower left leg, it appears, or maybe his right ankle at this point. Medina offering a hand of sportsmanship there. Nice gesture. We get another look at the play. And it
Looks
little
like
bit
just
of leg whip there, maybe, huh?
yeah, the two ankles getting tripped up between the Esteli and the Juventus Managua player, but not anything too serious, and we're right back to the action on the free kick.
Yeah, that's one of those where the ankle bones kind of just sandwich together right there, and it kind of hurts so bad for a second that it doesn't even hurt. You've been there before, Ian? You're like, wow, I hope that goes away quick, but golly, that really hurts.
Brought off the funny bone in the ankle.
Yeah, exactly. So Rodrigo Romo now sets up in goal for Esteli as Junior Arteaga could be the one firing away here for Juventus Managua. Make that Cena setting up there as number 7. Must have an old cheat here. A 3-man wall. It's poked to the side. And it caroms off an Esteli defender. Rodrigo Romo easily corrals that one for the Train of the North.
Smart to go off the fake there. Looked like he was going to take it himself, try to beat the wall himself, but at the last second dishing it off. And a pretty good look from deep for Juventus Managua, but good defense by Esteli. And now we get, I believe, the first corner kick for Los Pibes.
That's it. We'll see what they can do with it. Trying to find somebody. All they could find on that was number 2, Jan Mascara for the Train of the North, but somehow Juventus holds it in. Working towards the middle with it now. Harold Medina tries to clear it out. On the far side, this is Luis Acuna. That's the best part, Ian, about getting to do a few games for a certain team. You can start seeing the guys, and you notice the way they run, and you say, oh, that's Acuna. Oh, that's – you could just tell. It's really nice.
Yeah, for sure. Really start to become their guy, and you know who's who and what's what, and
I'm bowing down though right now though, because I got nothing on my other cohort, Mr. Ben Wilson. So missing you tonight, Ben. Hope you're doing well. But me and Ian are holding it down here, and so now we are at that 30-minute cooling break, as you see, Ian. So 30 minutes gone by approximately here in our first half. We're scoreless. An action-packed first half. You know, action all over the field. A couple chances here and there for both teams, but just no one able really to connect so far.
It seemed like early on, specifically, a lot more opportunities for Esteli. Right out of the gate, they had that penalty kick that was turned away beautifully by Lopez, the goalie for Juventus Managua. But then, in the last few minutes, it looks like Juventus Managua has been able to kind of turn the tide, control the time of possession a little more than they had early on. But still, zeros on the scoreboard to show for it.
Get a great look there at the Train of the North, huddled around head coach Hover Flores in his second year with the season. All this guy does, Ian, is win ball games. So he's giving them wise words of wisdom right now. And as the game goes on, as we remain scoreless here at our cooling break, approximately 30 minutes gone by in our first half, you've got to think that the pressure is going to mount because every possession is going to become more critical as we continue to remain scoreless.
And Esteli, not at all worried about getting their goals, the most prolific offense in the league so far this season. And they know that they just keep pounding it, they'll get their opportunities. Whereas for Juventus Managua, they have to capitalize on every single one of their opportunities that they can because they know that goals are so few and far between against that Esteli defense, which is also leading the league. So Juventus Managua has to capitalize on their own and has to do their best job at turning away the Esteli attack.
Yes, the impressive job by both defenses here so far tonight. It's just kind of a wait and see game now. Who's going to crack first? Who's going to find that chink in the armor and try to capitalize on maybe a mistake by the other ball club? So we got about 15 minutes left here in our first half, plus any additional stoppage time. James Poovey coming to you alongside my broadcast partner this evening, Ian Sachs. And you are looking live at Estadio Olímpico in Managua, Nicaragua. We're scoreless. Esteli on the road tonight against Juventus Managua.
And a big game for both clubs. Of course, Esteli looking to get back on track after dropping their first match of the season. And for Juventus Managua, they're sandwiched right in the middle of the standings. So any win, and even a win against the top team, would be so important as they jockey for position.
Yeah, the pressure definitely on Esteli here tonight. You mentioned that anything that they could get on Esteli for Managua would be a bonus. So a good look at Juan Mosquera there for the Train of the North. 31-year-old native of Colombia, from Medellin, Colombia. And I've always been trying to get a little bit more background information, Ian, ever since I've been doing these Esteli games, as far as, you know, I'd like to know what the pregame thing is going on out. Is there tailgating going on? Is there carne asada, chicken? We know what's going on out in the parking lot. And you can only imagine how good the food must be out there, especially when the place is packed out and everybody's shooting off the confetti guns and everything else going on.
Well, James, just you going down that menu starting to make me hungry here.
You can tell I haven't had dinner yet, right? Good.
For sure.
Richard Rodriguez now with it towards the top of your screen. Juventus, though, great job on defense there. They have refused to let Esteli, at least lately, get anything going offensively, as they ping-pong it around there in the middle. A chance on the edge, saved by Rodrigo Romo.
And you saw on that last possession, there were 4 Esteli defenders right in front of the net, creating a little bit of a crease, a semicircle, as Managua was crossing it with their 2 attackers right in front of that. They were met by a wall of 4 defenders there. That's why this Esteli defense leads the league.
Very well coached. You mentioned the position. Everybody knows exactly where they need to be. Great execution that time for the Train of the North. So they try to get it out, but Managua just still asserting their will right now.
And so smart for this Managua team to control the time of possession, not allow Esteli to set up in their offensive zone, keep the Train of the North on the defensive end, and hopefully one will poke through.
That's it. Juan Mosquera brings it to the near side. Good look at Josue Quijano underneath the broadcast facility there. They retreat and work it around a bit. Harold Medina now with it. Back over to Quijano, crossing midfield. And he's got a streaking attacker up front. In front of the goal. Turned away by Lopez, and once again the defense on point that time for Juventus Managua, doing a great job in front of the goal as we get another look at it here.
You see Lopez on the initial defense there, giving his fellow defenders an opportunity to get back into that play, and then Mayorga was the one who came in on that final stop there after Lopez made that initial save.
What a flurry of activity as you get another look at a corner chance there for Esteli. Barrera was the closest one. Look at it here. Acuna sends it in. Barrera tries to get it towards the corner of the net, but it just fades away to the right.
And that's so tough when the ball's coming one direction and you're trying to redirect it, put an extra spin on it to find the corner. So tough for Barrera. But if anyone's going to be able to do it, it's going to be him.
Yes, indeed. nice effort on defense there for Quijano. Yon Mosquera pokes it away. And we have a whistle on the play and a player on the pitch.
He doesn't look too seriously injured. It looked like he was kind of just sitting there trying to catch his breath for a moment.
Yeah, or
the
maybe
stoppage in play.
A little disbelief of what just happened. So now Juventus Managua will set up and have another chance here as we close in on the end of our first half from the capital city of Managua. Ian, have you ever been to Central America?
No, I have not left the United States.
Wow.
Yeah. What about you, James?
A nice chance there for Juventus Managua, turned away from Rodrigo Romo. I've been down to one time down to Central America to the Guatemala area.
Very nice.
So almost an icing right there, if you will, Ian, for Esteli, and now Managua will set up, try to bring it back the other way. Actually, it's going to be a corner shot now for Harold Medina and Esteli.
Yeah, Esteli fortunate there that they didn't really have anything going on the fast break. They did have Barrera ahead of the pack, but he didn't have the angle of the ball, a little bit too far ahead of him, and now a golden opportunity here for Esteli as we approach the final minutes of the first half.
It bounced around inside and finally poked into the net for a Esteli goal. What a great job that time. Number 24 for the Train of the North, Christian Gutierrez, 27-year-old native of Jalapa, Nicaragua. He draws first blood tonight for the Train of the North against Juventus Managua. What a goal there, Ian.
Well, off the corner kick, sending it to the far post, and then Gutierrez able to send that one in. We take another look at it. Off the redirect, went right through a lot of traffic and found the foot of Gutierrez to trickle in for the first goal. And Esteli, just like that, taking in front of that. Such a backbreaker for Juventus Managua that they play even for the first 40 minutes of this game, but yet now if they don't score over the final few minutes, they're going to be heading into the break with a deficit.
Yeah, you can almost feel the air let out of the stadium there as Esteli scores that goal. And it was kind of weird how the ball settled down really nicely there right in front of Christian Gutierrez. A golden opportunity. He took full advantage of it there. So now Esteli with the advantage on the road, 1-0 right now.
Right off that initial contact from the corner kick, it kind of found an alleyway right in between the traffic, in between several defenders and Esteli attackers, and wound up right on the foot of Gutierrez, and he knew exactly what to do with it.
So Esteli now playing a little more wide open, having that 1-0 advantage, knowing that the pressure is now on Juventus Managua. They want to try to get something here as we close in on halftime.
For Gutierrez, it's his first goal of the season, and such an important one, especially for Esteli, given that they were shut out in their last game. So it's the first time that the Train of the North has found the back of the net in quite a long time.
Juan Barrera tries to turn on that one, but just not enough of a good angle to make it effective. And Lopez doing another great job in goal there for Juventus.
But still another corner kick for Esteli, and just a moment ago we saw them find the back of the net off a corner kick from the same corner. See if lightning strikes twice for the Train of the North.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it, Ian. I'd run the same play again. There it is, but the ball didn't quite settle down like it did that first time. There's Gutierrez with it on the far side as it trickles out of bounds. Got to be about maybe 2-3 minutes left in this half, Ian. And Esteli now poised to go into the locker room up 1-0 with a significant scoring advantage and a mental advantage as well.
And if you're Esteli here, you try to make it 2-0. You try to double that lead. You have a couple of minutes. You have the energy jolts from getting that Gutierrez goal just a moment ago. Why not try to add to the lead and make it seem like an insurmountable deficit for Managua?
That's exactly what Coach Hover Flores would love to see right here. Juventus moves it around, a little open space. Turning and firing it, it's number 50. And now here comes Esteli. And Lopez comes way out of the box for that one. Somehow slides and turns it away.
Lopez and one of his teammates tripped each other up there, and Esteli, if they had someone else on the attack there, would have had a golden opportunity at a wide open goal. And now it looks like Lopez is still down on the ground as we take another look at it here.
Oh,
Off
yeah.
the slide.
Looks like he got a knee in the back there as he was going down.
I think it might have been Garcia who was coming full steam ahead right at Lopez and couldn't stop or turn away after Lopez went in for the saving slide.
Some scary moments out on the pitch, you know, when you watch these guys going full blast at each other, but you have to respect it too, Ian. You know, the want to, the professionalism, you know, I'm going after this ball, and they really get after it here in Liga Primera. So unfortunate to watch those guys down on the pitch, but I definitely respect their competitiveness.
And for Lopez being aggressive there and trying to prevent the shot before it got off as opposed to coming back, because he knew that if the shot did get off, his chances of saving it and preventing another Esteli goal would have been greatly decreased. So laying it all out on the line there.
Impressive play all the way around. So now players up and on their feet. Great to see, and we've got to be having some additional stoppage time here very shortly. So we play on, 1-0 Train of the North over Los Pibes. On the road tonight in the capital city of Managua. Nifty footwork there for Esteli. Richard Rodriguez with it now. Medina. Mosquera. And credit to Juventus Managua, even being down 1-0, they still are playing some solid defense.
They've realized that they can't allow another Esteli goal here before the halftime break. They have to go into the locker room at worst down 1-0, because a 2-0 deficit heading into the second half would certainly be a backbreaker. They've played so well for the majority of this first half.
A little incidental contact there between Richard Rodriguez and number 7 for Juventus Managua. That's Junior Arteaga, 20-year-old native of Managua, in his 4th season with the club.
Arteaga is going to be the point person for the Juventus offense.
And that is the end of our first half. Our score, 1-0 Esteli. A fever pitch right from the jump tonight, Ian. Both teams getting after it. Great job defensively. Unfortunately for the home Juventus Managua, Esteli able to get one in front of the net there with Christian Gutierrez on a ball that came in from the corner. settled down really nicely, and Gutierrez able to get a full swing through and put it in the net. But that's all the scoring we've had here in our first half.
And that goal coming right around the 40-minute mark in that first half. So scoreless for the majority of the opening frame, but Esteli will certainly take that one-goal advantage into the break.
We thank you for joining us here tonight on the Real Esteli YouTube channel as we get another look at some of the first half highlights. We're going to step aside and take a halftime break. Halftime festivities going on now in Managua. We'll let you enjoy some halftime first half highlights here. We'll step aside and be right back with you for the second half right after these messages. Stay tuned.
¡Qué jugador! Ay, ching. Vea, esa no la firmó, pues. ¿Cuándo pasó eso? Hacelo. Hacete. Hacete paso, hacelo. Hacete. Ay, pasa. Pasame. Ya sé cuál es, se la voy a hacer yo. Pasa. Viene. Eso. No, ni voy a presentar la Así, dale, dos. 15. Ah, los 15, no. No se pega, puta. Nada más. Malo. Fue malo. Un cargo son malos, mano. No me gustó. ¿Qué jugadores? Mani, vos sos malo, qué malo este malo. Ay, campo. Talento, vale, talento. No, ninguno. ¿Cómo no? Tiene la primera. Solo uno. ¿Puso cámara adentro, no? Sí, era picar chiquero como quiera. ¿No te vas? No, uno, nada más. ¿Cómo me gustó? Ay, mano, te mataron, mano. Dos. Dos. Qué malo, se ve mal. Ahí no te pesí. Ahí no te pesí. Que la puerta se acaba. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2. Oye, ande la 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Calma, tío, me estoy muy largo. 1, 2. Vale, déjame. No te muy nervioso. Calmate. No, pues no la tocaste. Estamos bien.
La agarró, pero ese cambio es doble. Si no la tocas, es una.
Cuando Rosa sale.
¿Sí me entiendes?
2, 3, 4, 5. ¡Ya me gané!
Doble, hicimos 10. Solo fue. Viste. Es malo. Eso es
Oye, no, loco, te embabamos.
Es que se embaba.
Me queda este caño, tenga cuidado, mi hijo. Tenga cuidado, tenga cuidado, mi hijo. Está loco.
Welcome back to Managua, Nicaragua. Our score 1-0 Real Esteli as we get ready for our second half of action here from Estadio Olimpico. James Poovey alongside my broadcast partner this evening, Ian Sachs. Ian, a pretty good first half. And now we're looking forward to the second half to see if Juventus Managua can get something going offensively.
Yeah, scoreless until about the 40-minute mark when off the corner kick, Gutierrez gave Esteli the 1-0 score and a couple of golden opportunities on both sides, but the defense is really sharp except for that one play where the ball kind of just trickled over to Gutierrez and into the back of the net off of his foot. So we'll see how both teams respond after that. Juventus Managua thought that they were going to be heading into the halftime break at a 0-0 game, and all bets are off at that point. But Esteli's certainly happy to have that 1-goal cushion, and of course looking for more. They know that 1-goal lead could evaporate at the flip of a switch.
Oh yes, indeed. And you mentioned before the break, you said that Esteli would love nothing better to put another one in there before the end of the first half, go up 2-0. But definitely a difference between 2-0 and then coming in here 1-0 with one shot, and this thing is evened up. So here we go. We're underway with half number 2. So glad you joined us here this evening from Managua, Nicaragua. Myself, I'm in the state of Arizona in the United States. Ian has joined us from New York City tonight, and special thanks to our associate, or should be our technical producer tonight, Ben Reynolds, who has joined us from the state of Maine this evening. So shout out to Ben, doing a great job making sure our levels are right where they need to be here for this evening's broadcast. And we're in for a great second half here, Ian. Lots of action still to come here in this one.
And a good, clean first half. Not too many fouls, no cards given out in that first 45 minutes of action. So looking for another good, clean, crisp half.
And I believe that is our official Eric Lizama on the pitch tonight for Liga Primera. I knew his name would come to me eventually, Ian. It only took a half.
I like to look at it that you knew it for a half.
Yes, exactly. Luis Acuna there in the middle for Esteli, rocking the blonde locks tonight. Juventus Managua trying to get something there. Nice job turning that one away for Josue Quijano. Somebody's going to get a souvenir on that one.
Well, looks like that one even landed beyond the stands, but looked like the ball sent right back into the field of play.
They did, right off the top row there. Nice arm from the top rack up there. Rodrigo Roma now gets it back in play for Esteli. 1-0 here for the Train of the North so far. On the road tonight in the capital city. A nice effort in goal that time for Lopez. As we get another look at the only goal of the night off the corner kick there and off the foot of Christian Gutierrez. Juventus trying to get a shot going there. That one sails wide right.
Several good opportunities so far for Juventus here in this second half of play, and they need to come out attacking early, because the longer this half goes, the more that 1-0 lead looks insurmountable against the top team in the league.
That's exactly right. They're just going to slowly have the walls close in on Juventus. That's the plan. And then they're going to take that 2-hour and 27-minute ride back north to Esteli, Nicaragua.
I think you got that to the minute. 2 hours and 27 minutes.
148 kilometers via Highway 1 there in Nicaragua, looks like, Ian. According to Google Maps, anyway. Mosquera, Medina, and Richard Rodriguez ping-ponging around there until the whistle. And Eric Lizama says, listen, Mr. Medina, we'll have no more of that.
Still a couple players on both sides were huddled around the ball for longer than one would expect, but now we're all set, and Rios will stand over it.
Jorgavio Rios, 20-year-old native of Nicaragua in his third year with Juventus. A nice little kick there, but right into the waiting arms of Rodrigo Romo. Romo doing a great job in goal for Esteli. He's been trading off with number 22, Denver Fox, 22-year-old native of Bluefields, Nicaragua. So a solid goalkeeping effort throughout this entire Apertura season and back even into the Clausura season of last year. So the goalkeeping very solid for Esteli. One of the big reasons why they've been as successful as they have.
Just giving up 8 goals so far in this portion of the season, and that's over a 12-game span. So certainly the back line of that Esteli defense, spearheaded by the goalkeeping and the defenders as well, doing a great job for the Trainer of the North.
We got guys going down like flies in front of the net there, and now we've waved over the training crew. It says our official Eric Lazama. As we have an Esteli player, or excuse me, that's a Juventus player down on the pitch there as number 11, Juan Barrera, checks in on him.
And it seems as though several of the injuries, the majority of the injuries so far this evening have been to Juventus. So,
yes, and as you saw on the replay right there, Ian, it's Juventus players colliding with other Juventus players.
yeah, we saw late in that first half, Lopez, the goalie, involved in one of those collisions that stopped the action for a minute or two, in which he came up his line trying to make a save on a fast break, and one of his teammates, one of the defenders, racing back, ran right into him.
So an unfortunate turn of events there for Juventus, but now we're about ready to resume play here as Esteli maintains that 1-0 lead as they check out the injured Juventus player just outside the box. Once again, thank you for joining us tonight, wherever you may be tuned in from. Get on the YouTube comments there and let us know where you're watching tonight's game throughout the globe. Josue Quijano now sets it up for Esteli. Puts it in play. Javier Lopez now gets it out for Juventus. This is a late night for you, Ian. I'm noticing right now it's almost 11:15 p.m. on the Eastern Coast.
Yeah, it is, but I'm usually a night owl, so
that's good. Then. That works out.
It doesn't bother me too much.
That works out good.
Yeah. Well, this is prime time for you over there in Arizona, right?
Yeah, for sure. It's 8:15 right now, just before 8:15 local time. Managua on Mountain Standard Time as number 10 Harold Medina goes flying through the air. Got tangled up there momentarily with number 4 Carlos Brenes for Juventus.
So the game taking place right in between our 2 different time zones.
Yes, exactly. A rare Friday night match for Esteli. I don't think I've done a Friday night game for them yet. So this is a rare occasion. I knew I'd be doing some kind of football tonight, Ian. I just didn't know it would be the soccer kind of thing. So now number 7 sets it up. Manuel Rosas, longest tenured player for the Train of the North. Juventus, great job turning that one away. But Esteli holds it in. Richard Rodriguez with a shot, but it flares to the right side of the goal. Lopez right there in defense.
Trying to go low just to bounce it through the goal, but unable to twist it around the post.
Lopez swings through that one. Harold Medina with it.
And over the last few minutes, Esteli has controlled the time of possession, kept it in their offensive part of the field. And though they haven't gotten many great opportunities to try to find the back of the net, just controlling it on that half of the field, you know one's going to bounce through at some point.
Yeah, if you keep at it, just like you said, eventually something's going to break for you. Rodriguez now with it at midfield. Over to Luis Acuna. A tie up there, another Esteli player down on the pitch. And coming up a little bit lame is number 25 for Esteli. A little Friday Night Lights Nicaraguan style. So Harold Medina right there with Luis Acuna. Looks like it's going to be Medina on this one. Left foot off the top of the crossbar, headed into the goal. And they say it was no good. How about that, Ian?
Well, we'll take another look at it here. Looks like the initial shot ricocheted off the crossbar, and maybe they called offsides?
Barrera must have been offsides on that. That's the only way I can see that that wouldn't have been good.
Yeah, it looked like maybe when he lunged, he went offsides, but some excitement there. And right as we were just saying a moment ago that if you keep at it long enough, hopefully one will poke through. That one pretty much had it, but just offsides at the last second.
Yeah, an excellent effort there, though, nonetheless, for Esteli. So now they maintain that 1-0 advantage as Juventus now still trying to climb that 1-0 hill. Esteli now, they can kind of try to start chewing that clock up and play a little bit of keep away here for a little while.
That's the best type of defense that you can play. Your opponent can't score when they're on defense.
Exactly right. Acuna now, nice footwork there. Once again, dribbles around a defender. Here comes Juan Barrera. Over to Acuna, but he can't find the handle.
Great pass there from Barrera. I thought he was going to take it himself, but seeing his teammates streaking across, but Acuna unable to put it all together and get a shot on net.
A great chance there for Esteli. Looks like Barrera might have jammed him with a little bit. He just kind of got it just too close in and couldn't really get a shot off. A golden opportunity to really put the nail in the coffin right there for Esteli, but chance gone by as Juventus now maintains just a one-score game. Here comes the train of the north once again, over the top of the crossbar, and no good. Now Luis Lopez looks to check into the ballgame in his 5th season with Esteli. And he might come in to replace number 10, Harold Medina. You see Luis Lopez getting loose.
Hey, vamos. ¿Cuántas lleva esta?
So he's going to check in for Luis Acuna.
Coach Flores going with the younger Lopez here down the stretch. Lopez just 21 years old, and Acuna 10 years his senior.
Some impressive athletes here for Esteli. Among them, Richard Rodriguez right there in the foreground of your picture. He likes to mix it up, Ian. He'll get about a yellow card or two every other game.
And you need some of those players to keep it exciting and
tone setters.
Keep the bloodlines, the blood flowing with their teammates.
Here comes Esteli once again putting the brakes on there as he approaches the box. So they'll work it in now from the corner as Harold Medina heads out there. And Esteli will set up once again as we're probably near the midway point of our second half. Lopez directs traffic in front of the goal. Nice job on deflecting that one away there for Juventus. And they charge up the pitch. Rodrigo Romo comes out and looks for a infraction there. Another look here.
Not sure what he was trying to get the referees to call, but nonetheless, it'll be a corner kick for Juventus.
So they just pitch it in real quick, firing towards the goal and missing high and right. And Rodrigo Romo right there for Esteli. So glad you joined us here tonight on the Esteli YouTube channel, also available on Sports Flick this evening. Some Liga Primera soccer, our Apertura season well underway. Juan Barrera sends it across midfield. So here comes Juventus now. Trying to work their way through that Esteli defense. Poked away nicely that time by Emmanuel Rosas. An Esteli player goes down as Barrera thought he might have a look at it for a moment. And then Lopez comes out and clears for Juventus. A whistle. Juventus now puts it back in play. Esteli turns that one away in a hurry. Up the far side with it, I believe that's Harold Medina. No, that's Juan Barrera. Tries to turn it back to the middle towards Medina and does. And Juventus turns that away.
Juventus doing a great job defensively, forcing the 3-on-1 or the 1-on-3 rather for Barrera, and really nowhere to go. And now they look to get back on the attack. That 1-0 deficit looking even bigger as the minutes get shorter.
That's it. Time ticking away here in our second half. They move it around in the backfield, does Esteli. Setting up a play, but more importantly, watching that clock tick down. Esteli looking to bounce back after dropping their last game on Sunday. Through traffic now, it's Luis Lopez with it. Tries off the left foot, and Lopez not fooled on that one.
And that Lopez versus Lopez matchup, the goalie for Managua getting the better of that end. But how about that nifty play by Luis Lopez to get that one-on-one opportunity with the keeper?
Yeah, great play. Great bit of footwork there, and a really impressive job for Luis Lopez. So now he's going to work it out of the corner this time for Esteli. He sends it in. A bit too far. Christian Gutierrez not able to handle it on the far side, and now Juventus Managua with it as they work it up the far side of the pitch. As we have a truck that just left the building, it sounds like. Here's Yon Mascara with it. Sets it up with Juan Barrera. Into the open field now, it's Luis Lopez again, left-footed. Tries to find the streaking offensive player coming through. And a great job there, number 25 streaking up the far side there for Esteli, Ian.
Looking to cross it to Chavaria, but unable to make the connection. Just the pass a foot or two ahead of its intended recipient. So no goal there for Esteli, but still on the attack, still controlling the ball, and they're happy to just do this, pass it back and forth. Of course, you'd love another goal, but at this point in the game, they will certainly take just controlling it and milking the final minutes of the clock.
Yes, as long as Juventus doesn't have the ball, they're in good shape. Here they come, though, refusing to go away. Juventus, once again, doing a great job. As soon as Esteli mounts an attack, they're right there on defense.
That Juventus back line doing a great job trying to keep the pressure off of Lopez, as we've seen one or two opportunities over the last few minutes where Esteli was right there knocking on the door, but failed to make the connection.
Yeah, that one off the dome of number 22, Henry Mayorga, for Juventus, as we get a look at Carlos Guardado as he prepares to check in his second year, transferred over from Walter Ferretti before the 2019 campaign. So Guardado now checking in, fresh legs on the pitch for Juventus Managua. Maybe one more shot at it here. Get another look at that pass across from Luis Lopez trying to find Javera.
So we'll set up a corner from the other side now for Esteli. And the more they keep controlling the play down on this half of the field, the better they have to feel that they can come away with the victory.
That's it, off a few Esteli heads, but nothing really headed towards the goal. Richard Rodriguez now with it in the corner for Esteli.
Looks like they'll just be pinging it back and forth, one corner kick after another.
They just might. So this is Luis Lopez now. A few fans have already filed out for Juventus Managua. In the middle, Juan Barrera with a chance off the head, but Lopez right there for the save.
Barrera looking for that header as the ball trickled past him on the cross. He said, why not, try to poke it through. Had a good look at it, but failed to find the back of the net.
Yeah, he had a great look at it right there, but unable to connect with that one and trying to put his club up 2-0 here as it remains a one-score ball game, 1-0 Esteli in the latter stages of our second half. Although I haven't seen our cooling break quite yet, which will come about the 75th minute. So now number 26 sets it up here for Juventus Managua. Jorge Rios. As we watch Harold Medina jog off the pitch. And number 16 checking into the ballgame now for the Train of the North. That one turned away right there. Juventus now trying to get something going. And it trickles out of play. A little flurry of activity right there for Juventus.
Yeah, Juventus. Seeing that, they have to make the most of each opportunity, especially the way that Esteli has controlled the time of possession over much of this second half. So, looking to try to poke one through quickly, maybe catch that Esteli defense before it really sets up. But not really getting it too close to the net. No real big scoring threat.
So we have our first yellow card of the evening. And I believe that will be assessed to number 26, Jorge Rios for Juventus. Normally we would have a graphic confirming that, Ian, but it looks like there might be a few technical difficulties down there. I know that there's been some internet issues at the venue tonight, so our staff working on those issues, trying to fight through those things here during the broadcast, doing a great job as we look at number 3 for the Train of the North, Luis Lopez.
Looks like Juventus Managua is just going to go with a two-man wall.
Our official getting everyone lined up properly as Emmanuel Garcia, along with Henry Mayorga, wait. Off the head and no good.
Yeah, an awkward path that Chavaria was trying to take to that one. It looked like the ball was coming down quickly. He might have been better off playing that one off his foot as opposed to trying to head it. But he kind of got caught in the middle, initially thinking a header, but an unsuccessful attempt off the yellow card.
Yeah, an awkward play all the way around there. Just couldn't quite get the right strike on that one to make it effective. Juventus with it now. And number 16 that's checked into the ball game for Esteli, that is formerly number 18, Brandon Ayertis. Rocking the pink locks tonight. Your thoughts,
the look.
Ian?
Love it.
That's great. That's great.
Certainly caught my attention when we had that close-up of him checking in. Wasn't expecting it initially, but love the look.
Good look. Across midfield with it now. Here comes Esteli. Luis Lopez now over to Chivera. Chivera tries to work his way around a defender, leaves it from Lopez for a second. And it's poked away there by Juventus as they dribble past Yon Mascara and now past Manuel Rosas. So Rodrigo Romo gathers that one for the Train of the North. And here they come. Richard Rodriguez and Yon Mascara with it near midfield. Juan Barrera now, a little chance. Tries to work it back towards the middle. Brandon Ayerdes momentarily, but he couldn't catch up to that one, Ian.
There were two Esteli players streaking toward the middle, and Ayerdes kind of came out of nowhere, took that pass. It looked like it was maybe initially for one of his other teammates, but he swallowed it up and tried to do something with it, but could not get it into the back of the net.
So now we have reached our 75th minute cooling break, and it remains Real Esteli 1 and Juventus Managua nothing. Managua, once again, a couple more chances here in the second half, but the defense great, the goaltending great, as always, for Esteli, and just nothing going on offensively so far for Managua, but it's still a one-score game.
Esteli controlling the time of possession here in this second half, and that's really been such an effective tactic for them. Managua just maybe a handful of opportunities, if that, and it's been one-timers. They get the ball onto their offensive zone, maybe get a look at the net, and then it's quickly turned right back away, whereas Esteli holding the ball for 3, 4, 5-minute chunks at a time compared to Juventus, who's one and done, maybe 30 seconds, maybe a minute at most, and then we're right back on the other side of the pitch.
Yeah, Juventus is really running out of time, honestly, Ian, and they've got to make every possession count, every pass count, and they've got to get some decent looks at some shots on goal here if they're going to try to get themselves back in this one, and at least tie it up, which would be, we talked about it a little bit earlier, would be a victory in itself for them to walk away from this with a draw.
Certainly, it was such a backbreaker for Juventus, seeing that Esteli goal trickle in just moments before the halftime break. It would be a backbreaker the other way now for Juventus, playing just about the entirety of this second half with that 1-0 lead, and then to see it wiped off in the closing minutes. That would hurt them so much, especially coming off that 1-0 loss just under a week ago. Esteli wants to get back to its winning ways and control the time of possession, control the ball here, and get another W in the win column, whereas Juventus would love to spoil that Friday night feeling.
Oh, yes, they would, especially on their home pitch. They still got a little bit of time left, but they're going to have to make something happen here pretty quickly. A chance there for Juan Barrera, and it flies over the top of the crossbar.
But yet again, another good look for Esteli. They've had several good opportunities here in this second half. Though they haven't been able to find the back of the net, a lot of good looks. And if they can get that one more to fall, that really could be the nail in the coffin.
For sure. A slide there, number 15 coming up for Esteli. And we may have another yellow card. And indeed we do. So now Esteli taking themselves mentally out of the game a little bit here, getting distracted with these penalties. They've got to maintain focus, maintain that lead, and finish up this ball game.
Can't afford to have that happen, especially just outside of the box. Sets up a golden opportunity for Juventus here. Probably the best opportunity that they've had in this second half, potentially even for the entire match. So a very good opportunity for Juventus if they want to even this game here. And of course, as the time keeps ticking down, the opportunities becoming so much more important.
And now Esteli trying to form a 4, maybe a 5-man wall there in front of the Juventus offense. So here we go.
And why not at that point of the field line up as many as you can?
Vieira fakes it. It goes right into the arms of Rodrigo Romo. A great save there once again for Romo. Looked very routine. He makes every save look routine, but a great job there seeing that one through the traffic.
Yeah, no problem there. He knew the angle at which the ball would be coming in from beyond that wall and was right there for it. No problem at all. No suspense at all.
Just another day at the office for Mr. Romo. Here's Luis Lopez with it now, moving it around. Chavera. They retreat momentarily. Here's Ayerdes. Juventus Managua gets it back in now. About 10 more minutes to go here in our second half. It's been a pretty clean second half. Might not have too much stoppage time at the end. That one trickles out of bounds, and now Juventus will set up for the corner kick.
Here, another opportunity for Juventus on a set play.
In the middle, headed away by the Train of the North. Here's Ayerdes with it coming near side. Luis Lopez decelerates and tries to find someone in the middle. Ayerdes over to Juan Mascara. And again, another nice little game of keep away here for Esteli. Got a little careless with that one there, and it's stolen away by Juventus. Juventus with a chance. Rodrigo Romo comes out of the goal to make sure and turn that one away.
It looked like Esteli was calling for an offsides here.
Exactly what Juan Mascara wanted on that one.
And it looks like that's what the call will be, and we'll get a goal kick.
As we get a look at Christian Gutierrez, and then another look there at Oscar Lopez in his third year with the club, native of Esteli at 28 years old, transferred from Juventus in 2018. Christian Gutierrez now over there with it. Excuse me, that was Josue Quijano. Gutierrez is number 24. My binoculars just can't quite see that far across the pitch in Nicaragua there, Ian.
I guess mine are the same level of that yours are.
That's good. I don't feel so bad now then. Here comes Ayerdes with it up the far side. Tries to work it back towards the middle. He had Barrera trailing, but two defenders from Juventus in front, and they turned that away quickly. Number 17, Emmanuel Garcia with it there momentarily for Juventus. but it was turned away nicely by Manuel Rosas. Luis Lopez now. The left foot tries to find someone coming across. Chavera in the corner of the net. But they're going to say it was offsides.
I don't know if I agree with that one.
That was close.
Chavera was way out of the play, way behind the play. I don't know. I don't know about that call, but again, we see Esteli with another opportunity. Couldn't quite see it from that angle.
Unless it was because Barrero was standing so close to the net there. That might have been it.
That could very well be it. That even though Barrero wasn't the intended receiver, he might have caused that one to get wiped off the scoreboard.
Yeah, he might have been in the restricted area there a little bit too quickly. So that's okay for Esteli. They still remain up 1-0 here. Probably about 5, maybe 7 minutes remaining here in our ball game. So glad you joined us here tonight. Esteli now working it towards the middle. Luis Lopez with a chance. And now Juventus takes over. Yon Mascara, Richard Rodriguez now with it. Chavera on the far side. Poked out of bounds there by Juventus. And taking a look ahead for Esteli coming up next Wednesday night, 7 p.m. local time. It'll be Art Jalapa against Real Esteli. So that one should be on the home pitch there at Estadio Independencia, but I might get that wrong again like I usually do, as I mentioned earlier, Ian. Off the head and into the goal for Esteli. What a great job there, number 15, getting it done for Real Esteli, and now up 2-0. This one is pretty much over and done with, Ian.
And finally for Esteli getting that second goal, that extra cushion. We saw 2 attempts wiped off the scoreboard, but now off the corner kick, reversed back the other way, and then centered right through the Managua defense. And what a great camera shot here from behind the goal. As we see, it actually goes off the head of Mayorga, the defender, and off the ricochet, Lopez can't stop it, and the goal for Real Esteli.
What a fantastic job in there. You mentioned it ping-ponging off of a couple of defenders there for Juventus. And how about the camera angles on the replay on that one? Into the goal. Great job there for Esteli, and they have just basically put this one away. On the road tonight in the capital city of Managua. It's going to be a happy ride home for the Train of the North.
And James, we kept saying it. We were saying it all second half long, that if you control the time of possession, control it in the offensive front, good things will happen. Don't get discouraged by those near misses, those goals that had to be wiped off. You'll get that extra insurance goal, and they did just that. And now this 2-0 lead seems insurmountable for Juventus.
Yes, it certainly does. And Esteli did a great job tonight here on the road and getting the win, although the game not officially over yet, but we are pretty close. Juventus now is going to set up for another chance outside the box. And this might be it for Juventus Managua.
One last-ditch effort here. If they have any hopes of, now at this point, probably looking to maybe even play for the draw, not even the win. But a great job by the Esteli defense, not only squashing that opportunity, but rolling it out on the attack.
And down goes Ayertis there, near the edge of the box. So it's just about all over but the shouting, and that will do it. Our final score from Managua, Nicaragua tonight, it's all Esteli, 2-0 over the home Los Pibes of Juventus Managua. Ian, a great game for the visiting Train of the North. They were on the attack all night long. Pretty good defense for Juventus Managua. A pretty even first half. They kind of ping-pong back and forth, but ultimately Esteli is too much to handle for Juventus.
Fittingly that you credited the Juventus defense in that an even first half, except for that one Gutierrez goal just before the halftime break. And then in that second half, the Juventus defense having to play probably 2/3 at least of that second half on their side of the field as Real Esteli controlled the ball, controlled the time of possession, and then got the nail in the coffin, that second goal with just a handful of minutes left. Both Real Esteli goals coming at the end of each of the halves, the first half and the second half, and they ride off into the sunset, or I guess the Friday night lights, with a 2-0 win.
Exactly. A great game. Thanks to everyone who tuned in tonight. We hope you enjoyed the broadcast. Stay tuned, and we'll be right back with you here on Wednesday evening, the 28th of October, 6 p.m. Pacific time. That'll be 7 p.m. Mountain time there in Central America. It'll be Art Jalapa and Real Esteli. For our producer, Ben Reynolds, for my broadcast partner, Ian Sachs, I'm James Poovey saying so long tonight from Managua, Nicaragua. Once again, our final score, Esteli 2, the Train of the North on top over Juventus Managua 0. Good night from the capital city of Managua. We'll talk to you again on Wednesday.